Hello, it's me, AmeDoll, your Necropolitan cat girl. Sorry this FUNBAG fantasy video took so long to get out. It was meant to come out last year, but my life got turned upside down and a lot of stuff happened. I won't go into the details, but it was pretty bloody tragic. I'm okay now though. Everything's okay. Everything's sorted. I'm living life. My editor got really busy too, so he wasn't able to like edit things as easily. Plus, this is a very experimental editing style for this video. I requested it, and he's like, alright, time to learn how to do things. So that's also another reason why it took a really long time. My voice lines for this and, like, my recording in general will not be as good, because I did record this at the beginning of, like, last year, I'm pretty sure. So, at least everything going forward, I'll sound a lot better. Thank you for continuing to support me. I genuinely appreciate it. Again, sorry it took so long, but moving forward, we will be more consistent. We promise. We promise. We promise. So, thank you, and enjoy the video. Bye. Let me start by asking you, my fellow degenerates, a simple question. Do you have a crippling addiction to dairy as I did? Resulting in the urge to consume something creamy, cheesy even, with every single meal you have because the little brain chemicals in your head tell you to. Does every fiber of your being go into revolt? The sheer idea of being denied the milky essence it aches and wanes for. Like you have the craving and withdrawal so bad, you're basically a recovering drug addict, and the only thing that can satiate your mind and body is being able to suckle from the teat of a cow. Or, like, a sheep or goat. Whatever your preference is, I ain't judging really. You may be salivating now, as was I when writing this, but let me take you through the journey of how I cured my addiction to cheese and quit consuming dairy altogether. I lied. I'm gonna yap some more, since I can finally do this as a YouTuber. If you'd like to support me, please like and subscribe to my channel. It encourages me to make more content like this, and even when I'm not, you can give my Twitch channel a gander if you know, want to watch a maybe silly anime girl on the internet live in real time. Maybe even follow and subscribe there if you know, like me enough to give yourself access to the after hours section of the Discord server I have. And if you would be so kind, please leave a comment after you've watched the video. It helps with the algorithm, and I'd like to know if there are any H games in particular that you'd like me to review next, because I always need more games to play. And now, with that, I'll shut up and get back to it. I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I really wanted to like this wholeheartedly, and don't get me wrong, I do like it, and if you like big giant memory bags, you'll like it too. But dear God, I was not prepared for what I was getting myself into. If you haven't played the game yourself and plan on it, please be aware that there will be spoilers for this, as I need to vent about what I went through and the trauma I've been given because of it. I would like to preface that this is an older H game style visual novel, so we're talking about a time where before anything was really animated, and the only way you were gonna know what was going on is from some art and an ungodly amount of text. Talking about how hard they were going at it and how much mouth-to-the action there is. The writers better have been paid well for this, since I felt like I should have been for reading through all of it. Do you like pork on your fork? I heard it's very nice. We can try it together. Not only that, but the voice actors during these H scenes basically moan about the same thing over and over, and it kind of drags on. This does not excuse you, Shamzo, even if you are my favorite, you know what you've done, but at least there's some important story dialogue in your stuff too. Do it for massive expanded back and spread out over her chest. Even laying down her else their volume and perkiness, they didn't sag off to the side, but stood erect and bulged like round teacups. Demon magic! Volume, they had always been exceptionally perky, but now they bulged forward and to the side and jiggled lusciously. But hey, I get it. You're raw dogging, getting turned to MC's personal and he's like, grabbing your time, you don't have to tell me. I'm not fucking blind, let alone deaf. And if I have to read one more godforsaken line of the sound Loot makes when I'm actually going to lose my mind. As you can tell, this game made me a little mad. But please don't get me wrong, I love me some fat anime titties, and this game is great. But I went into this game expecting a lot less boob sucking and a lot less than what was actually in it. I was under the assumption it was going to be big titties and a whole lot of hand-performed mammograms and boob jobs, but I was very, very wrong. I swear to God, I actually have PTSD from the amount of milk that came out of Roxanne's boobs that I actually, and I shit you not, helped me get over my cheese addiction because the very thought of consuming dairy now makes me sick to my stomach.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That character, that woman has single-handedly tagged for me. I can't even enjoy the breast milk in your coffee meme anymore without thinking about the gallons of breast milk Luke drank from Roxanne's tits! Bitch still owes me a coffee. There's no way that's a perfectly mixed cup of coffee. You're lying to me. So I've been rambling for a good minute and you probably have no clue what the actual heckin' bowls I'm talking about. Well, let me tell you my experience with FUNBAG Fantasy. Yes, I'm finally getting to the game. I'm done yapping now. Are you happy? Do you like boobies? Do you like actual good story writing and funny moments that make you enjoy your H games more than just the spicy scenes? Well, do I just happen to have the game for you? Welcome to FUNBAG Fantasy, where the creators tried to figure out how to make a game about socio-economic politics in a fantasy world interesting and engaging, and decided the best way to do that was fat anime titties. Right in front of you! And I mean, hey, I don't blame them. It worked. I bought the game after all. Funnily enough, I actually enjoyed the story more than the spicy scenes, which says a lot because usually, you know, the story sucks ass, and the only thing you're here for is to plaster a hey go on a girl's face. And, you know, something else. So yes, I am a pervert, if you couldn't tell. And I would rather read about the misadvantage of Luke freaking Hen traveling with a succubus wife than put up with another fucking cutscene of some bitch getting absolutely milked like a cow. I don't want to see another woman's titties get stretched out anymore. From that alone, you probably think I hate this game. But that's the fun part. I don't! Luke getting a mouthful of tits is actually plot relevant and furthers the entire story in amazing ways. The writing for this is better than most modern movies or TV shows, and I cannot express that enough. It is genuinely an enjoyable experience. I just have titty milk PTSD. This man single-handedly changes the entire fate of his country for the better because all he wanted to do was touch some big old titolis. This man horse-slept his way to success, and he's not even in the movie industry. He's legitimately a well-written character with a good soul. He's just very horny, and I love it. The girls in this game are amazing, of course. I think they were written really well, and I should probably introduce you to them before I go on about how much I like them -1. Shamsiel, Roxanne, Gladys, Emeralia, Luceria, Iris, because I don't think I can actually say her real name on YouTube without setting up some kind of red flag in the system, and probably the FBI in general. These are the girls you get to share spicy scenes with throughout, and you can choose essentially who you end up with in the end. I'm still confused because I personally managed to get the harem route. I'm not sure how. I was honestly only going for Shamsiel because she's my wife. But apparently not pulling out means we're wed for life now? I am paying child support. I'm not complaining, but it's a thing. I actually missed out on Iris's route. I think because of like the route I went down. So I got like no spicy scenes with her until the end, and I'm still confused how I managed that. I'm honestly assuming it's the part where you can choose what job Luke takes further in the story, but that's just me assuming. Regardless, let me talk about the girls for a bit and give you an idea of what options you're getting yourselves into. Roxanne is a lovely purple lady for all my purple enjoyers out there. However, I was lulled into a false sense of security with her, as I thought initially, oh my god, no way! We actually get to milk this bitch. With every following scene I listened to the thought of, oh god, I have to milk this bitch again. Oh god. I did feel for Roxanne though. The man she married is not exactly into her body type for illegal reasons. So she's been on a dry spell for a fat minute, and you're the first hunk of meat to be interested in her hunk of meats in a long time. And she's about ready to commit a criminal act and some adultery with you, so you know how it is. But she is probably, and I will preface, My least favorite girl for various reasons, and I already really screamed about it before, but fuck man, I'm there! I'm gonna go on about some gameplay, or at least stuff that happens regularly with the girls in this game, and it's kind of like a final night. Final stand, if you will. Yeah, let's go with that. Essentially, the game goes hard with the girls' scenes before you leave them and progress with the story and whatnot. And Roxanne, she really doesn't want you to leave. Girl goes absolutely to town on Lute's flute for way too much time. At least in my opinion, I straight started mashing my keyboard through, like, her scenes because I'd had enough. No, pull out while you still can. Roxanne's eyes widen in excitement like a young girl's. No! Oh my god, this really is an hour-long scene. 3 months later, at this rate, she's gonna keep us around for 9, so we actually have to go through with the pregnancy. I don't want to be a dad. It was too much for me! Not only do you have to spend the entire night with this woman, it's the entire morning too. It didn't stop. It just kept going. Thank God for the fast forward button in this game. I swear to Christ. Gladys is, how do I articulate this in a way that will probably convey what kind of character she is? Muscle mommy, muscle mommy, muscle mommy, very horny muscle mommy. I really like her character. Like a lot. Couldn't tell. And her hate scenes are really good, especially her first scene because of personal preferences. But her personality kind of goes downhill afterwards, and all I can think is, God, we fucked the personality out of her. However, her story is something I really enjoyed, and it's not just like the stereotypical crap that makes me rather eat a cardboard box. She's legit cool as heck, and I love how she's been written, which also plays into me being a hypocrite and saying I didn't like her personality after the fact. That change makes her initial personality stronger, and this woman just wants to be treated like a woman and loved by someone even though everyone respects her and looks at her as an authoritative figure. She's strong, but she wants to be held and held and treated well and loved. Hold her, please! Can you tell that I had a little bit of trouble saying those lines? Also, her, like, laugh is so freaking cute. I adore her so much. Literal, like, tomboy, but a feminine side when you treat her right, and... Oh, Gladys, you were almost perfect. And now we come to Iris, the one whose true name shall not be spoken, for I fear the repercussions of demonetization or something stupid like that. I honestly love her. She starts off as a bit of a bitch, but she's honestly really cute, I swear. And if you couldn't tell, she's your typical tsundere girl, and I am a sucker for those kinds of girls in anime. She has this, like, bratty kind of innocence to her, and I really like that. Due to the route I took, I didn't get any, like, super personal moments with her, but just going to the story in general, you feel so bad for her. Like, she's rude to you in the beginning, sure, but no one deserves to be in a relationship with someone like Mortaire. He's, like, her crappy fiance, and yes, we can fix that for her. And I did with the harem route, but I didn't even get any of the scenes alone with her, so I'm just still confused. Plus, she's, like, not only tsundere, but she's blonde too, and ponytail. Yeah, I like her a lot. Speaking of innocent, say hello to Luceria, the princess of the game. Daughter of King Hegel. I actually don't know how to say his name, but Hegel. That you do meet in the beginning, but learn more about her later on. She's kind of like the main goal to set up with you for the game, but she wasn't really my cup of tea in the slightest though. She's cute, yeah, but her hair looks like it's constantly wet, and I don't like that. Nuh-uh. Plus her design in general looks so frumpy and fat, and it just doesn't do it for me. It's mostly the comically large boobs making it look like she has no waist with the dress, but hey. It's mostly just the art style and lack of other angles with the sprites. Like, the H scenes make her look way better, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get diabetes with her in a bad way. Not I can't get enough of this kind of way. I actually got the best ending with her by accident on one of the routes, because, like, she got too horny because I decided to leave her to her own devices, and now I'm married to her with King Hegel's approval. Hold on, wait, what? When did this happen? Oh, yeah, that happened. But despite not liking her as a potential wife candidate, I really do like how she's written into the story. She moves a little of the pieces due to her actions, or the actions she's told to take at least. Those actions being given by Emeralia. And oh my god, I have to talk about this woman. Stoic, hot, glasses, titties, pink. She's so cool. Not only that, but she's written phenomenally. Like, I genuinely love her character, including the entire arc with her at the end of the route I got. She is not only one of the best characters in the game, but she also has, like, the saddest story. It's really well written, though, and doesn't dwell too much on the details, which is kind of a good thing. Of why her story is sad. From what I remember, it touched on it pretty briefly, and then it moves on with the pace of the story that is moving, and what it's... What the fuck did I write there? From what I remember, it's touched on pretty briefly, and then it moves on with the pace that the story is moving at when it's brought up. Yeah, that makes sense. If it spent too long on the details, it would have ruined the impact of it, but it like allows your imagination to fill in the gaps instead of describing everything she went through via the character interactions she has with someone that I won't spoil for you just yet. It gives you a good idea thanks to this, and it makes you feel for her as a person this way. I don't know if there is like just a route with her, but there are certainly scenes with her, and she's probably the most down bad out of all the girls. Good lord. It's always the quiet ones that are the most freaky. Literally the only reason I don't mind Luceria's scenes too much, because like, I wasn't gonna say anything, but there's some girl on girl training scenes. Just because of how horny Emeralia is for loot. She wants another slice of that cake because she a greedy woman and she knows what she wants. I won't say any more cause story, but yeah, she's good! For those that have played the game, you're probably wondering why I'm waiting to talk about the main girl last. It's because she's best girl, duh. This is Shamsiel. I love her. She's literally best girl. Shamsiel is a bratty, cute little succubus girl, and she's so sassy and perfect and a troublemaker. How could you not like her? She goes as far as to make her boobs get bigger because Luke likes them big, and I am still so unfathomably rabid about the fact that because she like... She's perfect the way she was, and it's not until after the fact does Luke tell her that she's perfect and he loves her no matter the size of her boobs. I liked her with smaller boobs! Life's really hard. Shams is a girl who knows what she wants and is entirely honest with you about that, and even gets frustrated with you after a bit when it comes down to like being with other women. She's like worried that you'll choose them over her. She starts getting jealous because she wants to spend time with you instead, and it's God, again, I already said she's cute, but she's so cute, and you have no idea. She's just a pouty little bean, and you might think that's bad and that she's clingy. But lore-wise, succubi don't fall in love with humans, or anyone for that matter, and the fact she falls in love with Luke and demands his attention and gives him kisses because she loves him, and only it's so cute. Okay, let me think it's cute. I love her, my little troublemaker and lifesaver. She is unironically so important to the story. You have no idea. She saves Lute's ass so many times and is his own personal spy for information. Oh, it's great. She doesn't even ask her to do half the stuff she does. She just does it because she can. And because she can cause trouble for others and help Luke play with his flute at the same time, she's gonna do it. Shamsiel is also just there, supporting Luke the entire time. She genuinely believes he can do great things and will become someone great. It's so damn wholesome, you don't understand. Please, she's best girl. I would say more, but I don't want to spoil the story too much for this game because it's genuinely, at least in my opinion. Plus, the church scene with her is fantastic. Legit one of the funniest girls you can choose from in the game and has some of the best scenes. The only part I didn't like was when she started lactating because I thought I got away from the Roxanne PTSD when I left her ass back and bone, but no! I had enough porn with Roxanne. We getting some wholesome moments over here. I'm not mad at all, I swear. I honestly love her design though, especially with the smaller boobs, but I went as far as to try and find a figure of her online, and oh my god, she's expensive. Like, she has alt colors too that are really cool, but holy cow! I think I'm good without her in my life. I'm sorry, Shamsiel. I do miss her little giggle she does though, and how she coos at you. Interjection time, baby! Okay, I wrote this section after I finished the initial script because I came to the realization when I was recording parts of the game and grabbing bits that would be good for this video. And, oh my god! Not only is the town you first go to called Bone as, like, a sex pun. I know, it's pretty obvious. I didn't pick up on it until, like, just now. But I chose the wrong route for the game. I got the home ending, but despite that, Gladys is considered an other character, and so is Emeraulia. She doesn't even get her own category. Lumped in with the other common whores for hire, like she doesn't even matter. And Iris is actually one of the official girls I completely missed out on, which I still can't get over. I love that sun blonde girl. I'm incredibly tempted to go back and play through just for her route. I would talk about the male characters, but you're clearly not here for them. However, this visual novel is very high quality, and you're probably wondering, deity of the visual novel, what makes you say that? It's the fact all the male characters, for the most part, have, like, voice acting, and all of it is very well done, too. Like, no joke, Elson is my personal favorite for the story reasons, and I won't spoil now. Even most side or once-off characters have a voice, and I really appreciate this. It's something that's often skipped with, like, lower-budget visual novels. Hey, it's very much story first, and it does a good job. Every H3n has voice acting, too. Don't think they missed out on that. They really ain't lacking with this game. The only thing I would say is lacking is any texture on lip thick, because I'm pretty sure the dude gets down and dirty soft and that the wrinkles got ironed out of that bitch. Regardless, all the male characters are given their time to shine too, and won't just, like, you know, placed there to fill in space. They have character, even the smaller ones, and I really appreciate that. All of the acting is pretty point on too. Like, I really appreciate the effort they put into it. They didn't have to, but they did. And it's just, it makes the experience better, if that makes sense. Afternoon.
点呼開始
Oh?
暗殺者 A
暗殺者 B
暗殺者
E?
よーし
This is an older style VN, so I wouldn't say any of the fantasy background art is to phone home about. But it is good! It does its job and helps show the difference of, like, poverty that Bone suffers from to the grandeur of the main city in game. I also assume most of the music and sounds, not all of course, just like stock sounds that can be found online that VNs sometimes have a habit of reusing. But all the music works really well for the parts it's in. It doesn't really need to be special when that's not the main focus of the game. I'm just glad there wasn't any audio or dialogue for Loot, because if I had to hear an actual slurps and sounds he made, I would have lost my mind. There's so much. I should talk about Loot though. Just maybe a little bit. He dumb. Real dumb.
今の誰
But dumb in like a smart kind of way. Constantly failing upwards kind of way. Just a funny guy trying to live his best life and touch some titty like, you know, we all are. If it wasn't for how he was written, the comedy wouldn't go as hard. And I know that sounds stupid, and me probably saying that doesn't convince you. But without giving away what happens in the story, Loot literally, and I mean literally, wins a game of chess because he had hot girl tummy ache so bad and had to blow his brains out his ass before he had an accident, but like couldn't until he finished the game of chess, which caused him to win. He's gonna shit himself in front of everybody. This VN doesn't have a filter and it's truly great. I don't really have much else to say about the VN without spoiling it anymore, because like, got like 9 pages of writing in this bitch. So that concludes my thoughts on FUNBAG Fantasy though. Please let me know what you think, and if you'll grab the game off of Steam for yourself, or even what you want me to review next. Hopefully you didn't have to wait too long for this video compared to the last one either. I'm just personally glad I got through the VN after so long since life got busy and stuff happened that some of you are aware of. I just couldn't play it regularly. But now I can play something else. God, there's not a sequel I'm gonna feel obligated to play.